Howdy. Watch scientists turn pure water into metal. That's BGR, or whatever that is. What if we could create metal made of water? Pure water itself is almost perfect as an insulator. Water found naturally in the world is a perfect conduit for electricity due to the impurities and minerals found within it. But water only becomes metallic at extremely high pressures. Now, researchers have found a way to do so by metallizing pure water using certain metals. The process was first experimented with for a paper researchers published in July of 2021. Now, though a group of researchers have managed to record the transformation of water into metal and shared the video on YouTube. How dare you? YouTube? No one cares about YouTube. Or do they? I do. The transformation is only made possible by bringing pure water into contact with electron-sharing alkali metals. Before we go on, I want to show you two pictures. Mountain water and wide rivers. We have been watching these many times. Udine, Italy. That's the Tagliamento River, which is officially an alkaline river, and it's white. Furthermore, mountain water. We have to take electricity in the creation of the mountains and their waterways as remnants of the electricity into account if we want to create a whole picture. Because this could be a very, very, very simplified version of how the Alps got created. Electrical discharge. Water breaking through the crust, liquefaction or liquefaction. And those connections here, they might reach up to the mountain tops. Still nowadays, many of them might be much, much weaker than back in the days due to earthquakes and such. But let's go back to the article. In this instance, the researchers used a combination alloy made of sodium and potassium. If you feed the chickens their own chicken egg shells, which are made of calcium, they continue to lay eggs. If you don't feed them the egg shells, they continue to lay eggs. If you take them away the potassium, they might eventually stop laying eggs and the shells are really, really weak because they are transmutating potassium into calcium. Chickens do it. You do it too. You can stand in the sun for a while, or you can take a D vitamin tablet because there is a transmutation going on which is transforming the sunlight into vitamin. Was it D? Yes, I guess. But anyway, and potassium, and then added free moving charged particles to accomplish the transformation and create metal from water. The researchers exposed a drop of the alloy to a small amount of water vapor in a vacuum chamber. The water vapor then began to condense on the surface, expanding the droplet altogether. It's an intriguing idea, and one that plays out really well in the video. I'm not particularly sure what the point of making metal from water would be, but scientists have managed to do something that many thought was impossible here on Earth. Yeah, greetings to the alchemists. They just had to make a vacuum to do it. There is one problem with all of this, though. Typically, alkali metals react explosively with water. As such, blending the two together in normal environments can be exceptionally dangerous. That's why a vacuum like the one used in the research experiment was needed to probably create metal from water. And it's also why the researchers added water to the metal instead of the other way around. This allowed it to expand and create a droplet rather than explode as it normally would. Either way you look at it, being able to pull off such an intriguing feature is yet another example of the scientific breakthroughs that humanity is making in recent years. Perhaps in the future, we'll find another use for this metallized, metallicized water, or it could at least help us better understand the makeup of planets like Jupiter, or even Earth, why not? Which are believed to house metallicized pure water within them. Let's take a look at the video. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Just in order to show you that it really doesn't work, if I scroll upwards, it's just white. This is very, very often the case when I try to read one of these articles. I don't know, that's some application or something. It works sometimes, sometimes it really doesn't. So I try to put a link to this below. And there would be so much more to say about that. Like, for example, the plasma rocks we have here in Finland, that they are supposed to be the oldest rocks in the world. And I just yesterday made a video about Olkiluoto Onkalo, this well and this white mining operation there, which is, I think, limestone kind of stuff what they're digging. So it's slightly alkaline in nature. And here on the plasma rock side, you can find molten metal on top of the rocks, which I think might be manganese. But I don't know, since the Finnish Geological Survey doesn't talk to me. And they are probably the only ones who could either say, yes, it is manganese, you were right, or no, it's not manganese, you were wrong, but it is whatever, aluminium. I don't know. Could be also aluminium. Manganese, aluminium. That's part of the rocks. I call them plasma rocks. I don't know if I ever show these particular pictures. I got many of them. I just want to point out that there's obviously a huge abundance of little craters all over the place. And here you can see this kind of metallic coating which it has. It's really shiny. There is red, so this might be just iron, but there is something else too. Otherwise it wouldn't be shiny, it would have oxidized a long time ago. So I'm thinking this could be possibly very heavily altered limestone. to the point where there's actually metal being created, like those dudes in the laboratory did with water and alkaline stuff. Limestone is alkaline. They needed high pressures and temperatures and all that kind of stuff. And I think the plasma oxide here in Finland is one of the places on Earth where you actually can see that in nature. There's like so much interesting stuff there at the plasma oxide. Like these kind of things. That's not the sharpest picture, I know. But check it out. That's really interesting. And that's rather small, I guess. But anyway, I think I'll leave it here. And things stay interesting. And try to keep yourself together. Might be not easy. But you have to try at least. Thanks. Bye.